This Barbarian build is taking Diablo II by storm. We've taken this class to the next level, putting it on par with some of the top Terror Zone terrorizers in the game. No one else has cracked the code of this Barb until now, and when you build it right, this character has what it takes to slaughter everything in sight, including other players.
Oh shit, we got Polly, baby!
The Brawler Barb is a savage character that has 3 main attacks: Double Throw, Whirlwind, and Frenzy. At its core, it's built like a throw barb, which is a class that many players have called inferior in the past. But that might only be because nobody out there really knows how to build one. The purpose of this build is to level as fast as possible and to finally have a Barb variant that can do anything in the game. Once you realize the mechanics that are absolutely cracking this build, you'll begin to wonder why you ever ran any other kind. Holy shit! Okay, yeah, this is way better. Let's start by clearing up a lot of the things people get wrong about throw barb variants. First, this is not a magic finding build. Unless you're doing the infinite MF bug, don't waste your time horking corpses and putting points into find item. If finding godlies is really your thing, focus on kill speed and the drops will come. Secondly, and speaking of kill speed, speed is greater than damage. It's possible to hit 7 frames with this build, and that's exactly what we do with this one. The key ingredient to reaching such savage attack frames is pairing 86% increased attack speed with a level 15 fanaticism aura. Not only is the Act 1 mercenary the only way that we can use the Faith Bow, which includes this aura, but she also has a lesser known skill that she uses. That skill is Inner Sight. She'll often cast this on entire mobs of monsters, which lowers their base defense. This is huge. On a build that brings hit calculations into the equation, your attack rating can only get you so far. At some point, lowering defense is the most powerful thing you can do to ensure that your attacks connect with your target. Plus, nobody really uses the Act 1 Merca enough in this game.
You're looking kinda lonely, girl. Would you like someone new to talk to?
Let me save you 100 hours of testing literally every throw weapon and rare Eth item in the game. Warstrike, Lacerator, in that exact order. There is nothing better. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, those are arguably better, but good luck ever getting them. It's so important to have Warstrike on your main hand, which is above your gloves, but why? Well, Double Throw is kind of glitchy, to put it lightly. The game gets a bit confused whenever calculations are made for 2 items being thrown at the same time. For example, Lacerator's range alone is quite short. However, if you pair it with a harpoon on your main hand, the range of Lacerator suddenly matches the range of the harpoon, which extends about twice as far and off screen. But the Juck fuckery doesn't stop there. Other mechanics are also added together when calculated from the main hand. In this case, Deadly Strike and Pierce. Warstrike, in combination with Throw Mastery, ensures that we always pierce with our attacks and that we're always doing double damage with Deadly Strike. Additionally, for speed purposes, you want 40 cast on your main setup without having to swap weapons. To achieve this, we use Arachnid Mesh and a rare Barb Helm. This is your most important and likely most expensive piece of the build. But a basic 222 open socket helm will do, even a magic one. If you're not using High Lords on your Barb build, you're doing it wrong. So just accept that and let's move on. Use Raven Frost for your ring and the nastiest dual leech ring you can get your hands on, mainly for quality of life while PvMing. Yes, this was the nastiest one I could get my hands on. Shut up, Maty. The reason we don't rely on swapping weapons to teleport or pre-buff is because our weapon swap is where the true boss-killing power comes into play. And to save you another 50 hours of testing, Death and Lacerator. Death gives us 100% Deadly Strike, and when paired with G-Face versus Ubers, 100% Crushing Blow. Versus Act Bosses, you can Frenzy until Amp procs and then whirl the shit out of your target. Or versus Ubers, you can click and hold while alternating between Howl and Frenzy to scare their minions away and focus your attack. You're not going to be setting any world records with your boss killing speed here, but it's actually surprisingly fast for a Barb. Put enough points into Dexterity to have about 15,000 attack rating before using any outside buffs like Demon Limb. Having this much Dexterity should also make it so that you have max block after slapping on a Storm Shield, which can be useful in certain matchups in PvP. With this setup, you'll be headhunting elite bosses and monster packs and slicing through them like butter, even in P8 zones. As someone who's played Hammerdin variants for over a decade, I can say that this build is not only less mentally taxing when trying to sail through terror zones, but dare I say, equally as fast. We don't worry about scaring these guys away. We just shred the whole pack. We just shred them all, man. The true question is, what if someone comes into those terror zones and fucks with you? Well, I do say that's the wrong move now, Shell.
I am overburdened.
The Brawler can hit surprisingly hard versus another player, because the typical attack range of a Barb is so short, requiring them to basically be on top of their target. It's tough for most players to catch their opponents or present any sort of threat from outside. But with slight PvP adjustments, this Barb can be deadly at any range. Putting a Widowmaker on this Barbarian can really shake things up in the Blood more. Poison Charms on this build are especially deadly because of how elemental damage is calculated on ranged weapons. But even without the poison, Widowmaker can present open wounds damage and even do decent physical damage with the right inventory choices. Oh my god, did we get him? GG, dude. The build will practically fold to any max block build, but will certainly allow a Barb player to address a wider range of opponents. As with any Barb build, it's very unforgiving. But damn, what a fun build to play.
Oh, man.
I told you, bro, that amp was
Holy
off first.
shit.
Big shout out to Shirley Sirius for turning my head to this build. I've included some links in the description below for a more detailed look at different versions of this guy. Till next time. 2023 Double Champ out. Dude, we're just fucking ripping them here today, huh? Trash. It's not perfect, dude. It's trash. I'm more excited about this. Wasn't good, but I was more excited about it.